is Earl Gillespie, along with my smiling sidekick, Blaine Walsh, inviting you to join us in recapturing the spine-tingling excitement of Milwaukee Braves baseball, the many memorable moments which have provided thrill after thrill for you fans.
And it is to you, the loyal Milwaukee Braves fans, that this nostalgia-packed album is enthusiastically dedicated. Without your tremendous and consistent support, our Braves might never have risen to the great heights, herein highlighted and brought back for you to keep forever. The big red letter day came on March 8th, 1953. The news spread like wildfire. Milwaukee had become Major League. Enthusiasm ran high. Civic celebrations, parades, and welcome demonstrations were the order of the day as impatient fans waited for their big moment. And what a moment it was. Milwaukee's first official Major League game. A tightly fought duel between the Cardinals and Braves in jam-packed Milwaukee County Stadium. An extra inning affair that saw the score tied at 2-2 as the Braves came up to bat in the last of the 10th. Do you remember? Will you ever forget?
Here's Billy Bruton leading off for the Braves. Bullet-filled, outstanding young rookie center fielder. Jerry Stanley on the mound for the Cardinals. Gets his sign. Starts it on the windup. Here's the pitch. Billy cracks a long drive to deep right field. Back. Edith Slaughter racing back. Leaps high at the wall. The ball's off Slaughter's glove. Out of the ballpark. Bruton slides into third. No, wait a minute. He's being waved back to second. It's a ground rule double. Whoops, here comes manager Charlie Grimm, waving his arms, arguing with umpire Lon Warnicki. Now the umpires are talking it over. Now Billy is being waved around. And it's a homer. Home run for Billy Bruton. The Braves win 3-2.
And that fantastic beginning keynoted a season of tremendous thrills and excitement. Spearheaded by unbelievable fan support, the charging Braves were thick in the pennant pursuit, along with the Dodgers, Cards, and, believe it or not, the Philadelphia Phils. By June 3rd, the Braves led the league by a game and a half. Warren Spahn was enjoying a great year, which was to bring him 21 victories. But the big surprise was roly-poly Max Serkant, who wrote a new record on May 25th. Remember that cold and rainy night? Max the Axe really mowed down the Redlegs, fanning 7 Reds in a row when play was halted for nearly 40 minutes. The delay failed to bother Big Max. When the game resumed, he promptly proceeded to strike out Andy Semenick to rack up a new record of 8 strikeouts in a row. A big night to remember. Another big sensation was the buster from Santa Barbara, 21-year-old Eddie Matthews. Off to a red-hot start, Matthews had 26 four-baggers halfway through the season. But he was still looking for a big first in the long ball department. Then, on July 12th, at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, it happened.
Left-handed batter Eddie Matthews. Bases are loaded and 1 out. The pitch to Eddie, a ball. It's outside. Ball 1 and no strike. Cal White. A right-hander warming up is going to be joined now by another right-hander. Ed Arott, I believe. Ed Arott. 2 right-handers warming up for the Cardinals. Here's that next pitch to Eddie. A swing, a long drive. There it goes. Way back to the right field. A grand slam home run. His first in his Major League career. Holy cow, they stay up. 4 big runs are home, and it's now 6-0.
The first edition of the Milwaukee Braves was a power-packed wrecking crew, and they put on one of the greatest blasting exhibitions in baseball history on August 20th in a Sunday doubleheader at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh. The Milwaukee Maulers belted 12 home runs to set a new National League record for homers in 2 consecutive games. Were you listening? Do you remember?
Joe on the count on Edcock. Joe has nothing for 3. The pitch is swing and drive back in the deep center field. Going back is Frank Thomas back on this ball. Back against the wall. 436 feet. Here's a run scoring as Edcock rounds second base on his way to third. And he is going to try to score. Here's the play coming into home plate. He scores standing up. Holy cow, to Joe tee up. They're calling it a home run inside the park.
And then came that record-breaking blow by our old friend, Sid Gordon.
Ball 3 and strike 1. 1 out and nobody on the first half of the 8th inning. Milwaukee Braves at bat. The pitch is swing and drive back in the left field. There it goes. Back, along. Home run for fighting Sid Gordon. Number 12 in the doubleheader for our Milwaukee Braves.
Besides Adcock's and Gordon's blasts, Jim Pendleton and Eddie Matthews each hit for the circuit 3 times. Johnny Logan twice, and Jack Dittmer and Del Crandall once each. There were a lot of holy cows that day, Blainer.
And how the fans loved their Braves. As the season drew to a close, Milwaukee and Wisconsin fans set a new all-time National League attendance mark of 1,826,397 patrons. So what if the Brooklyn Bums copped the pennant? Milwaukee had a special championship of its own. According to most baseball experts, without the enthusiasm of the fans, the Braves would not have achieved their fantastic climb from 7th place in '52 to their strong 2nd place finish in '53. Their first year in the beer and baseball capital of the world.
The following year provided more and even bigger thrills for Braves fans who continue to jam County Stadium in unprecedented fashion.
Well, the second chapter of the Milwaukee story was primarily one of injuries. Bobby Thompson, obtained in a big trade with the Giants, suffered a broken leg in a spring exhibition game. And popular Andy Pafko was beamed on opening day. And so it went all season long.
Despite their miseries, the Braves put up a terrific battle and furnished some new and spectacular thrills, like this one, which took place on June 12th. Remember?
Here's the windup, and the 3-2 pitch, a swing, a line drive down the left field line. It's a foul ball. Holy cow! That ball was fouled by about a foot. Willie Jones lanes one foul just outside the line. And Jim Wilson is still standing on the threshold of the Hall of Fame. It's ball 3 and strike 2, 2 outs. On base here in the top half of the 9th inning. Milwaukee leading 2-0. Jones takes his time coming back. That ball was fouled only by about a foot. A liner down the left field line. Ball 3, strike 2. Crandall gets down behind the plate, giving out a very important signal right now. Wilson wants a new baseball. Infield is set, the outfield is set, playing Jones for a pull hitter. Ball 3 and strike 2 on Willie. Right-handed batter lifts his bat up over his head, lifting up his shoulders. Now Jim goes down to the rosin sack. Gives it a squeeze, throws it down. Ball 3 and strike 2. 2 outs. Here's the windup. And the big pitch. A swing and a foul going upstairs to our right. And it's still 3 and 2 on Willie Jones. Dan Shell is due to come up next. Jones backs out of the batter's box momentarily, leans over to pick up a handful of dirt, dries off his hand. It's been a hot day here on June the 12th. Temperature is 81 degrees. Here's the windup, and the 3-2 pitch. A swing and a ground into the second baseman. Picks it up. There's a play to first, and Jim Wilson pitches a no-hit game. Jimmy Wilson has just entered the Hall of Fame with a no-hit game against the tough Philadelphia Phillies.
Another memorable moment of '54 came on July 31st at historic Ebbets Field. Joe Adcock provided the thrills as he went on a batting binge, the like of which had never been seen. Was your set turned on when...
3 home runs, a double, 4 runs scored, and 6 runs batted in for Joe. First pitch by Padres, the curveball is high and outside for a ball. Ball 1 and no strikes. The top half of the 9th inning is 12-6. Into the windup. The fastball swung on a drive back in deep left center field. It's going back towards the wall. It's a home run. Joe Adcock has just tied a real Major League record with his 4th home run today.
What a one-man show by Joltin' Joe. Adcock had also homered and doubled the day before, then maintained his extra base barrage by doubling the first time up the following day. And then came the beanball that sidelined the Coushatta clubber for a number of days.
And that was another in a string of injuries which included Eddie Matthews' split finger and Hank Aaron's broken ankle. Despite this run of hard luck, the Braves finished a creditable third, just 7.5 lengths behind the pennant-winning New York Giants.
And again, Earl, it was the Braves fans themselves who accounted for one of the season's big highlights, breaking their own attendance record and showing up 2 million strong at County Stadium. The first time ever that a National League team clicked the turnstiles to the tune of 2 million. The '55 flag chase really started with a flourish. Were you a fan in the stands on that opening day which provided one of our greatest thrills? Remember how it went? The Braves trailed 2-1 in the 8th, and the situation called for a pinch hitter for Warren Spahn. And thus it was that young Chuck Tanner made his major league debut.
Now let's see if Warren Spahn is coming out. I believe here comes Chuck Tanner. Chuck Tanner is going to bat for the pitcher Warren Spahn. A rookie up from Atlanta of the Southern Association, where he had a tremendous year. Chuck Tanner is making his first appearance in a major league ball game. He's an awfully nice youngster.
Number 18, Chuck Tanner.
And a good hitter. He had a good spring. Here's Chuck, who last year hit .323 at Atlanta with 20 home runs and 101 runs batted in. A left-handed swinger with 1 out and nobody on base. Jerry Staley, the right-hander, is ready. Here comes the first pitch, and Chuck swings at the line drive down the right field line, back towards the wall. Home run, and first time over the major league.
How dramatic can things get? In '55, Milwaukee was all agog over hosting its first All-Star game, and the Braves were well represented by Del Crandall, Warren Spahn, Johnny Logan, Ed Matthews, Henry Aaron, and lean, lanky Gene Conley. Do you recall Conley's memorable mound stint in the 12th inning?
2 outs and nobody on base. Conley's first pitch to Al Rosen, swung on and line foul down the third base line. It's strike 1. The National League outfield playing deep and towards left for Al Rosen. Al was hampered quite a bit last year by an injury to one of his fingers. A strike 1 count. 5-5 in the top half of the 12th inning. Conley leading way over, getting his sign from Lopata. Strike 1 count. The pitch to Rosen. Curve misses inside. It's even up at ball 1 and strike 1. Ball 1, strike 1. Shadows lengthening out here at Milwaukee County Stadium have now practically obliterated the infield. For the wind-up and the 1-1 pitch, Rosen's trying to hold up on his swing. It's a strike, and it's 1-2. Conley looks like he has that good curveball breaking for him this afternoon. As the American Leaguers, the first 3 to face him here, have been reaching off for the pitch. Ball 1, strike 2, 2 outs. Nobody on base. Rosen set on the batter's box. Straightaway stance. The pitch. Fastball is high, and it's even up. Ball 2, strike 2. Five ball game. Ball 2 and a strike 2 count on Al Rosen. Conley delivers. There's a swing on this, and he struck out the side. Down as Conley strikes out Kaline, Vernon, and Al Rosen. No runs, no hits.
There was no stopping the Dodgers that year, and they won going away by 13.5 games. A significant note occurred at season's end with the signing of Fred Haney as coach for the coming year. A year which was to be marked by fun, frenzy, and finally, frustration. The big moment of '56 came on June 17th, when popular Jolly Charlie Grimm resigned and Fred Haney took over the managerial reins. Haney's debut was a dramatic one as the Braves dumped the Dodgers in a doubleheader. Again, Joe Adcock set the pace with 3 homers, one of them a real tape measure job.
Adcock, big, powerfully built right-handed batter, and Ed Roebuck's first pitch is way inside, comes back to the screen, it's a ball. Ball 1 and no strike. Ball 1 and no strikes to come on Joe Adcock. Outfield deep to the left. There's a swing and a long one. Well, that was way up there, and I'm maybe on the roof. It's on the top of the roof here at Emmett Field. Up over the roof at Emmett Field, a double deck. Boy, what a slam by Joe Adcock, and it's 5-4. And I think that's the first time that's ever been done in the history of Emmett Field.
The Braves went on to take 11 straight and became king of the hill. Ball work of the Braves' surge was ageless Warren Spahn, who marked a major milestone midway in the final month of the campaign.
Warren Spahn, the left-hander, stretches. The 1-2 pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the third baseman. The Penguins second base out, over to first base, double play, and there are 2 outs. A double play. Eddie Matthews to Danny O'Connell to Joe Adcock. And that's the gamble a manager will take with his power hitter up there. And having him cut away, there's the danger of the double play ball, and then it's hit into the double play. Third to second to first. Now here is right fielder Jim Greengrass, who homered in the second. Has grounded out twice and walked. 1 for 3, a right-handed batter who swings as they pop up in the infield. Joe Adcock coming down, calling for it. Makes the catch. The Braves win a doubleheader, and Warren Spahn just chalked up his 200th Major League victory, and the boys are mobbing him out here in front of the plate.
The 56 race went right down to the wire, and on the second last day of the season, the Braves met the Cardinals in a must game. We came close. Oh, how we came close, but it was not to be. Remember how you felt the night of September 29th?
Strike 1 count on Musial. Score is tied at 1-1 in the last half of the 12th inning. Here's the next pitch. Change up is swung on as a line drive in the deep right center field. Went back up there against the wall. Played off the wall by Bruton. Here's the pick of the infield, and Musial goes sliding into second base. Musial comes up with his first base hit tonight at a very opportune time for the St. Louis Cardinals as he lines a double in deep right center field. That is only the 4th base hit off Warren Spahn. So St. Louis now has the winning run on second base with only 1 away. The batter is third baseman Ken Boyer, and he is going to receive an intentional walk. A time is called by the home plate umpire, Frank Descoli. Boyer, who has 1 for 4, is receiving an intentional walk. It'll bring up the left fielder, Rip Rapolsky. Now we're ready to go. Time back in. First pitch high outside, ball 1, as Boyer is receiving the intentional walk with first base open. Ball 2. Here is ball 3. And ball 4. So Spahn, for the first time since the 6th inning, is in real trouble. That's his second walk of the ball game in 11 1/3 innings. That's an intentional walk. Musial's double forcing the walk with Boyer up there. Now here is Rip Rapolsky, and Rapolsky has nothing for 4. He has slide to right. Up to the first baseman, grounded to short, and was safe on a fielder's choice. St. Louis runners at first and second base with 1 man out. The first pitch to Rapolsky is high outside, a ball. 1-1 in the last half of the 12th inning. Ball 1 and no strikes on Rapolsky. Wally Moon on deck. Musial on second base. Ken Boyer on first base. Spahn looks back over the left shoulder. The 1-0 pitch, a swing and a ground ball at deep third. Gets off the leg of Eddie Matthews, rolls into foul territory. Here is the winning run scoring, and the ball game is over. And with it might go the National League pennant for 1956.
Again, you fans showed your loyalty, turning up 20,000 strong to welcome back the boys from their ill-fated St. Louis jaunt. And on everyone's lips were the words, "Wait till next year." The Hot Stove League blazed brightly that winter as both the Braves and you fans chanted the bit, waiting for the 57 season to roll around. The Braves started off in typical fashion behind the mound mastery of Lou Burdette.
Burdette stretches, delivers a swing, a ground ball to the shortstop. Johnny Logan picks it up over to second base. The ball game is over. And Lou Burdette just hurled a magnificent shutout, duplicating his feat of 1956 when he shut out the Chicago Cubs. Here in the 9th inning, for the Redlegs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man was left on base. As Wally Post forces Pete Wisden at second base, Logan to Danny O'Connell. So the final score, Milwaukee 1, Cincinnati nothing. The 57 race was a real dogfight with no less than 5 teams hanging tough and tight. Again, the Braves were hard hit by injuries, but they had a golden touch in coming up with replacements. Hero of the year was an unknown from Wichita, whose fabulous hitting spree kept the Braves' pennant hopes alive. Remember him? Remember a guy called Hurricane Bob Hazel?
Ball 2, strike 1. And he's been doing just that. And of course he has brought a smile, and a big wide smile, to the face of our general manager, John Quinn. Runners on first and second base with 1 out. The 2-1 pitch, a swing and a drive back to deep right center field, going back towards the wall. Back, it is a home run for Bob Hazel. Bob Hazel hit one to the scoreboard to the right of it over the fence. A tremendous drive. He now has 6 runs batted in today, and Milwaukee has a 7-0 lead.
The Hurricane continued to howl in fantastic fashion.
Bob Hazel, left-handed batter, facing the right-hander Kirk Lown. A 1-2 pitch. And it's just outside, ball 2. At the end of 6 innings, Cincinnati 4 and the Cardinals 1 at the end of 6. Ball 2, strike 2. The pitch. A swing and a drive back in the right field, right back towards the wall. Is Wally Moore, and it's a home run. Woo! Bobby Hazel just hit one out to give the Braves the lead, 8-7.
With the Hurricane blowing up a mighty storm, the Braves cycloned their way to a 5-game lead late in the season. Now it became a matter of magic numbers, a matter of not if, but when. Now the date is September 23rd, and the Cards are in town. What a spot for sweet revenge. The game hand sweats its way into the 11th inning, and the hitter is hammering Hank Aaron.
The pitch to Henry Aaron, a swing and a drive back into center field, right back towards the wall. It's back at that fence. And is it going out? It's a home run. The Braves are the champions of the National League. Henry Aaron just hit his 43rd home run of the year. Holy cow. They are carrying Henry Aaron away from the plate. He just hit a home run over the center field fence. We did it. National League champions.